Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Today we're taking a look at the brand new Warzone map and the Modern Warfare 3 integration that's going on here. And the gameplay that you're seeing is from the Tactical Brit. So at the moment, the COD Next event is happening over in Los Angeles. Tactical Brit very kindly said that I could use some of his content for videos, whatever. He's linked below if you want to go check him out. So we're going to be taking a look at the new map, the new gameplay today. I've got some notes here because there's actually quite a few changes from Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2, the gameplay, and also I think the map in general. It looks pretty cool. I think on first impressions it's promising, and it's a lot more appealing than Al Mazrah was because it's got this Verdansk vibe, but of course it's not. And they've integrated some other old school maps in the big map too. It's very dense, urban environment for the most part. There's 11 big points of interest on the map too. I don't know in terms of size if it's as big as Al Mazrah. Might be a little bit smaller. Not entirely sure on that one.
But remember, I haven't played this yet, so I can't give you guys any hands-on impressions of what it actually feels like to play. This is just based on the information that's been released online and from watching other people's gameplay. With that said, we're going to dive in now
and I'll go over all the new stuff for you so you're clued up with everything. So the health is going to be 150, which means a slightly longer time to kill. We've got a much faster weapon swap now. You can also slide cancel, but it's not going to reset your tactical sprint, so it isn't going to be as crazy as it was in Warzone 1. You can reload cancel as well. That's a pretty big deal. I know a lot of people are into that, where you go for a reload during a fight, you don't quite get the magazine in, you have to cancel it and use whatever remaining bullets you had left, get the kill instead of you being killed. You can now slide a bit further. You can shoot while sliding with the new tactical aim. You might see that a couple times in the video. It's like half in between ADS and hip fire.
It looks like if you're quick and you aim while you're sliding, you can full ADS too, just for a split second.
You can jump a bit higher, you can aim down the sight quicker, and you can also aim down the sight quicker after you've done something like a slide or a jump. There's been a lot of improvements to mantling as well, so that's a lot faster. Ammunition's now got a dedicated slot in the backpack, so you're not going to have to worry about that. And in the footage, you'll see that it looks like everyone's got a large backpack by default now, so you'll have more slots in there to store things like lethals, tacticals, plates, kill streaks, that kind of stuff. There's a new gulag, of course, on this map, but there are some curveballs with it. A couple of them that I saw today. One of the gulags was a night vision gulag, which was interesting. I watched another one. Instead of a flag spawning in the middle, a rope dropped down when the timer had run to 0. If you were the first player to take the zip line up and out, you could win the gulag that way without having to kill your opponent.
One-shot snipers are back with some sniper builds I saw several times from multiple streamers that I was watching today with specific weapons. One of them in particular is a new 50 cal, like a Barrett 50 cal. Looks crazy. Many people were getting one-hit kill downs and eliminations with that thing, so sniper damage is up again. Everyone will now have a pistol by default regardless of what guns you have, so you can have two weapons. Let's say you've got an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. You'll also have a pistol, but you can't select it if you've got a first and second, as far as I can tell by looking at the footage. Why is this important? Well, it's important because if you're on a ladder, you can always use a pistol. If you're swimming, you can always use a pistol. If you're ledge hanging, you can always use a pistol. So that means that you're not going to get those end game circles anymore, which are happening in Al Mazrah, where it's mostly underwater, and if you've got a pistol, something like the FTAC Siege, for example, which is full auto secondary that you can use underwater, your chances of winning are significantly higher than someone who just has a couple primary weapons. So you'll automatically have a pistol now in those circumstances where you can't use a primary weapon. They've got rid of the artificial intelligence. The bots are not on this map at all. I've not seen a single bot. Of course, they still have strongholds, but no AI there as far as I can tell. Fortune's Keep and Rebirth Island are going to be coming out next year. Fan favorite maps, they're going to be returning. Looks like Fall Damage has got a bit of a nerf too. There's a drivable train on the map, and I was watching Tactical Brit and he was inside it going forwards, backwards, and you can also stop it. It kind of looks like it's armored, and I'm not entirely sure why you would go on it apart from repositioning, but maybe there's some other advantages to it, like it restocks or something. I'm not entirely sure, but there's a drivable train on the map now. You can control where it goes. This is a big one. You may have noticed in the footage, there's way less visual recoil and barrel smoke when you're shooting your gun.
This is an absolute win for me because as a mouse and keyboard player, it's very difficult sometimes to keep track of opponents when you're shooting them because of all that visual noise and smoke that's popping up. Looking at the streams I've seen today, it appears that they've nerfed that heavily, and that's a plus. Just for visibility overall, that's great. And also the new map, the lighting on it, I think the visibility is top tier now. The color scheme, I mean, you'll only really know what I'm talking about if you played Battlefield 3. There was a map in the Endgame DLC called Keosar Railroad, and the color scheme of that is almost exactly the same as this, and it's just got that nice aesthetic to it. I like it. It's good. This one's pretty big too. The gas mask can now be manually equipped. We've all been in those situations in the past where the gas mask comes on and off as you're entering or exiting the gas, and it ends up getting you killed. So frustrating. Well, now you'll only have yourself to blame because if you want to, you can manually equip it or de-equip it. There's horizontal zip lines in the map now too. This I love. I can't believe that Warzone hasn't done this already. And in the downtown areas, these are great for crossing over from one of the large buildings to another one. I expect many teams are going to be beamed to oblivion though when they're using these things. If you pick a 1x site, like a red dot site, that isn't going to affect your ADS speed either. That's a plus. The perk system, although it's changed in MW3 multiplayer, in that they've assigned the perks to gear that you wear, like your vest, your boots, your gloves, but Warzone is maintaining the perk system from Warzone 2. So you're still going to have the perk packages that you can edit, pick up off the ground afterwards, for example. And there's some new perks coming, some returning ones too, like Combat Scout. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest. I did not like that perk in Warzone 1 because it just became a catch-all and everyone was running it, but it's coming back. Maybe they've made some changes to it to just make it not as good. We'll have to wait and see. There's going to be an updated Champions quest mid-season. That's the nuke quest, you know, where you got 5 games in a row and then you could do the special nuke quest. So there's going to be something new for the map in that respect. So that's most of the main changes, I would say. Apart from that, there's other tidbits that have surfaced, like the gas mask will now protect you from the tear gas grenades. The stim mechanic has been changed back to how it was in Warzone 1 now too, so I think that means you get the faster temporary movement speed with it as well, which they took away, I think, for MW2 and Warzone 2. Aside from that, Warzone is still going to be free to play. The new version of it, you don't have to pay anything to play it. They did show the MW3 multiplayer too, and the MW3 zombies, which is open world zombies with mercenaries, AI mercenaries to fight, and missions and objectives. A lot of people are calling it DM zombies. Kind of a mix between zombies and DMZ. I need to properly watch the B-roll of that because I haven't got into it yet. As for MW3 multiplayer, well, the beta starts tomorrow on PlayStation 5. So I'm probably going to either stream it tomorrow on YouTube or get a few rounds in, record and make a video and then talk about it, show you guys what's going on with it, some first impressions, that kind of thing. So look out for that. I've also got a few PS5 beta keys to give away, so I might drop them in the comments on tomorrow's video. So if you want, you can play it if you don't have a key for whatever reason. But that's it. Those are some of the major changes. I mean, they've rolled back a lot of stuff that they added in MW2, so I expect that this will play a lot more like Warzone 1 did. I'm liking the look of the map. I'm liking the sound of some of the gameplay changes. Some of it, though, still feels a bit Warzone 2. As I said, I haven't played it yet, so I can't really give a fair impression of it. Maybe go and watch some other content creators if that's what you're looking for today. As I mentioned, Tactical Brit, he's linked down in the description below. Big thanks again to him for the video. He played Warzone for around 2-3 hours today on stream, and I'm sure he was talking about how he felt about it on there. Does look like they've nerfed the aim assist a bit though. Interesting, that one. They didn't really talk about the audio or the footstep audio either, and that's always been a really big negative for the game for me personally. So I'd like to see or hear some improvements there. They could just go back to the Modern Warfare 2 beta audio and footsteps. I think they just nailed it in that. It was great. 3D audio, could hear everything, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, comment below, let me know your thoughts, how you feeling about this. Drop me a like, guys, that'd be really appreciated. Thank you. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.